yes, we are live, but before people actually join, let me make sure that we actually are live.
As well.
I have no idea how to check. Can you actually go on YouTube and check?
Coming. Here's the stream that says, "Oh, yeah, we're live."
Yeah?
Yep.
Can you write a message into chat just because I want to see if it actually comes here or if I gotta have another tab open with the YouTube thing.
Let me see if I can do that. It's on PlayStation.
Sure.
Don't even know how you do it on this live chat. Successfully connected. Don't think I can actually do it from this. Okay. Let me see. Now it won't let me check it, unfortunately. I'd have to go to the phone, but I think it'll pause me.
Wait, let me. I'm gonna hide myself. And I'm back.
Oh, you swap places.
We swap places, that's true. Let's see now if I go on YouTube, because it says there's only one viewer at the moment.
You swap places.
We swap places, that's true. Okay. So it does work. Let's share the link then. Share. All right. So, all right. Shall we then? I see that there's 3 people watching. 2 of those might be us. Not sure. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Great.
Same here.
Right. I can hear you perfectly great. All right. So, let's go quickly through what we're going to discuss. This won't be a very long stream tonight, but we want to try to keep the habit of updating everyone weekly on what's happening, what's going on. So for tonight, we have a little bit of hobby talk. We're going to discuss what's going on, if you're hobbying on anything, and what I'm working on. We'd love to hear if anybody in the chat or if anyone watching is also doing any hobbying. Then we're going to go through the tournament of last Sunday, go through the scores, maybe go through particular games you and I had. Then we're going to announce if there's anything new happening in the coming weeks. And a final thing, we have a special surprise for the end to discuss, a very hotly discussed topic in our own community.
Yeah, very.
Very hot.
Sounds
But,
good to me. Sounds good.
yeah. Okay. So, do you want to start? Is there anything? We know that you're usually one of our better painters, our better hobby craftsmen. Anything
No,
particular
obviously, you
working
saw me, well, kind of linked to the tournament as well, but you
on?
saw me like trying out Sisters on the Sunday.
Yep.
Because I've been doing a small project with Repentia Host, with mostly conversions from AOS into Sisters of Battle. So
Okay.
I gave him a try last week, managed to finish one fully painted model by then. Uh, there she is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's phone camera, not the best quality for miniatures. But yeah, so I've been working on her. Might be, depending on if I finish the other model, I might put that as an entry for the painting contest.
Okay.
Or if I manage to finish this in time, which will be my Celestine.
Nice. I like the wings.
Yep. If I manage to finish her in time, it'll be her instead. Can't focus. Yeah.
Hey, you can if you have any photos of them, you can send them to me. I can like blend them into the stream if you have any.
I don't have any at the moment, no.
Okay, then I'm sure we'll see them on the painting competition. That's
Yeah.
cool. Are you planning to make 2K points or?
Yeah, probably going to try and make close to what I brought to in the tournament with this army. So I'm just getting more conversion ideas. I already have enough to make a good amount of the troops for it. Like the Repentia squads, I've got enough conversion pieces to do that, and enough to do all the Arcoflagellants. It's mostly trying to figure out the vehicles, how I'll convert them to look a bit different, and some of the other things in that list, like Morven Val. See if I can make it match the army's theme more.
Nice. Are you actually using sisters' bodies or is it like just sisters' bits? Like
Well, for it's actually worked out pretty well because I've used the Dark Elf Witches kit in
yeah,
combination with the Repentia Squad kit, mostly taking the arms with the great sword with the chainsaws, and
yep.
reposing and filing down all the spiky bits on the boots and stuff. And the bodies that remain from a Repentia box are being made into the Arcoflagellants.
Okay.
So I don't waste any bodies.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I've got a comment that there's some sort of issue with the stream.
Oh,
I'm gonna see if that works or not. It's working from this side, but
Oh, now good.
okay. I hope it's fixed.
On my YouTube it doesn't work. Just the people commented they don't see something.
Yeah. If anyone notices any problems with sound or video or whatever, just let us know in the comments, and I will try to fix it because we are trying to use a new and improved thingy for the stream.
says he
Yeah.
can hear us clearly. We're good.
That's great. But yeah, okay. So sisters, 2,000 points of sisters. That's awesome. So that's basically what you're working on right now, right?
Working on that right now, and probably seeing if I get this done for another entry in the contest, the big giant from Spearhead.
Hell
I've
yeah.
converted up.
The skin really reminds me of just World of Warcraft orcs. I think.
Yeah, it's more of a cartoony style. I'm going for a bit more simplified. But I've got a bit more work to do on it. I'll see if I manage in time.
Yeah.
Hopefully I do. But that'll be for the monster category. And I probably put the flash kits with a bit more touch up on them as the squads. So I might see if I've got enough time to do that by the end of the week.
Awesome. Flash kits, yeah. I have so many orcs. Like all my orcs are kind of half done, if like at best, because I'm using them. I have been orcs have become my tournament list and my tournament models.
Yeah,
Uh, as much as I plan to be like a forever marine player, orcs turned out to be my
calling.
competitive calling. Yep. So most of my orcs are just they're battle ready. They have lots of colors and stuff, but they are messy and
Yeah.
half done. But they're colorful. I'm
Well,
looking at them right now. That's why I keep turning my head. They're right next to me over here, looking
well,
at
if
me, begging
if
to be
you
painted.
yeah, well, if you're coming to WTC with them, you'll get them ready, fully ready in time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
That'll push
and
it like it did me last year. It pushed me to get them all ready and done. All my
yeah.
nits.
Depending if I need what's it called? Depending if I need lots of new models with the tank busters and Rekka crews, like
Yeah,
I'll have, I'll have some work on my hands. But we shall see. I think the models are not even available yet by themselves, so they were available in the kill team box, and that's about it. So we shall have to wait.
maybe you can dabble in a bit of conversions.
Yeah, conversions. I saw a pretty cool STL, but we'll keep that for later. Yeah.
Yeah,
From my side, I've just been trying to finish my Storm Raven.
yeah.
Um,
Saw that picture. I
like
think it was
up
the
there,
last stream.
I finished the base. I It's like it's okayish. It's like the light's not great, but it's
Yeah,
just kind of it's lots of weathering. It's in the colors of my own homebrew Ultramarines chapter. I still have a few details like the pilots and the I guess that is a tech priest or not a tech priest. What do you call it?
I forgot what
My
they're
brain
called.
is hard.
Yeah, I like the
Um,
stripe. The stripe actually ties it all in. The white stripe in the middle.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The white stripe. The white stripe, like yeah, underneath it's barely painted, so but no one's ever gonna see
No one's
that.
gonna see that. Yeah.
So yeah, and then I did a sort of like tried to do like a snow base
Oh, that was sick. Yeah.
and hoping to attach it. I discussed this like the other day with Marius. Like I don't like that the Storm Raven is supposed to be straight. I want it to be all like helicopter and fly like this. So I'm probably gonna try to glue it a little
Or
slanted.
two big strong magnets could help you with that if you
Maybe
position them correctly.
that's true. Magnets would probably be
Yeah,
better.
because I know for a fact that plastic base thing is
Yeah,
one bad move. You can snap it and then it's a pain to glue back on.
for sure. Holy moly. Yeah, I actually forgot how bad that is. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been working on. And it's, yeah, I want to be done with it. I'm also doing some, I couldn't show it last time. I talked about it on stream. I'm painting some terrain, some,
Yeah,
some,
nice.
some kill team terrain. And it's just so big and massive. But yeah, this is kind of done. This is just started sort of dry brushing it, and then there is infinity more things. Like there's 100 little bits and bobs, but those are basically the main things that I am and have been working on. And hopefully there will be some progress until then. Actually, there should be progress. The painting competition is coming to a finish.
Yep.
Is it? On, is it? No, it's not tomorrow.
No,
Tuesday.
not tomorrow. We've got a few days
Tuesday.
left. I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday. It's
Tuesday or
Tuesday or
Wednesday, yeah. I
probably
have to get Tom
Tuesday.
to take pictures for me if I'm
Yeah.
gonna enter it. So
So painting competition on Tuesday, which means that there's 3 days for voting, and then on the 1st of March should be the what do you call it? The too late. My brain's not working. On the 1st of March should be the results, and the people will be added to the Hall of Fame on the website.
Yeah,
And
sounds
and
good.
then there will be a new painting competition soonish. We hope to keep those going throughout the year. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a good way to get people to continue painting as well if they have a goal.
yeah,
When you
yeah,
give someone like a time frame, it can push them to do painting.
for sure.
That's when I get my most painting in most of the time. So
Yeah, nothing like a tournament to motivate you to paint 200
yeah,
models.
I keep telling Marius whenever he like organizes his little one, make me just tell me specifically that I have to have everything painted.
Yep, and
It
you'll do
will
it.
actually motivate me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like with anything. If you paint a little by little, you get a lot done over time. Like if that's something you have time for, daily painting makes you go through armies pretty fast. Like
Not my turn. It's
not well, okay. That is over 200 models. So
well, that's just a swarm. I do have like I probably have around 10K in turnips,
yep,
and
that's
only
true.
2 to 3K of it's painted.
Which is still a lot. So
Yeah, still a lot. Yeah. Oh, but a
good.
question about the painting competition. Let's
Yes.
say I don't make it in time with the giant. Could I put
Yeah.
something I painted a couple years ago?
A couple of years ago, I mean, kind of not the point of the painting competition,
Yeah, just that.
but yeah, the point is to show things that we've worked on. Otherwise, I guess some of the better painters in our community, 2, 3 guys are coming into mind, like the guy who painted Tom's Votan.
Yeah, Robin. Yeah, they're really good.
He could just post all his old stuff for every painting competition and blow us all out the water. So it's probably better if everybody just
Fresh things.
fresh things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I think we go to the next topic. So tournament recap. Tournament was last week. It was 16 players. I am going to pull up the BCP on screen now, so we can also follow that a little bit. Any comments you had? Anything about the about the tournament you want to share with us before I get this going?
No, I mean it was a really fun tournament. We was a qualifier, obviously, so most people came in with as meta as they could lists, and
Yep.
some people did, and they just came in for the fun. Like that is the whole point of it. In the end of the day, is to come and have fun. If you didn't bring a meta list, you weren't trying to go for first place. I think the results came out as Necrons on top, if I remember.
Yeah, Necrons did
Yeah.
win. You're right. Let me
Yeah.
try to find that. So that's Doom qualifier. There we go. So that should appear on screen now. And
That number 2 spot saying Dark Angel is kind of suspicious.
sus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me move the camera so it's working properly. All right. So yeah, we have the placings. Top 3 were Necrons, Space Marines, and Orcs.
There you go.
Hip hip hooray for Orcs! And that was me. I had good games, 3 good games. I think I could have won the second round. I think there are many. Had that game replayed, I would have not. I'm not saying just if it replayed once. Like if we played 10 times, I have a feeling that I would have won 5 or 6. So it was a very close game. Basically, it was an 11-9 by 1 point. And
It was into the Necrons, yes?
yes, that was against the Necrons, who ended up taking it all. But yeah, that was definitely my hardest game of the day.
It's a very tough army at the moment. So like we've heard a lot, they might be getting some nerfs.
They already got nerfed, right? They had all their stratagems got like nerfed from 1 CP to 2 CP now.
Yeah.
And
it's mostly still them having the ability to just regenerate. If you don't completely wipe a unit, the damage you've done has been reduced next round.
That's what happened. I got greedy. My opponent also told me that I was greedy. He was right. I split my attacks on a Doomsday Arc and on a character, and I left them both on like 1 wound, and that stopped me from scoring Bring It Down, yada yada. It was not great.
Yeah.
Great.
I've learned a lot to not split lately. I'm just even if like a character is on like 2 wounds and there's something else I can kill, and I have assassination, I'm just gonna be like, I am not gonna risk it. I need those 5 points. Everything in.
Yep. Don't split and never keep a freaking card.
Yeah, never keep a card.
Secondary mission. Yeah, so let's go through all. So we had 16 players all in all. Necrons, Space Marines, Orcs, Eldar. We had new Eldar, which did very well, 4th place. As we also see, lots of 10s all over the place. So there were a lot of draws. Actually, our top 8 players, there are very few 20s. Okay, Ali had 2 20s actually, but just goes to show that the games are quite close and that the competition is rather equal.
Yeah.
There was no domination on any end. Even, there you are with a completely new army. How was that for you? How was playing Sisters?
Again, I came in my list was not like Repentia Host is not a competitive list. I came in there for fun. They do have some play. It was actually fun though. I mean, the first game I didn't really have the hang of the Sisters as much, and it was also a really bad matchup for me. Once I figured out, I'm into Gene Stealer Cult. He did, however, though, didn't play as aggressive as he should have, I believe.
Okay.
And it gave me some room to actually get some points.
So that was
I think that game could have gone a lot worse for me because of the matchup. But he did kind of give me room to push through. I did have some bad cards, which didn't let me get a few more points as well. But all in all, they've been really fun. It's a bit different from what I normally play, obviously. I actually have a bit of a shooting phase here. But even with this one, I don't actually have a shooting phase still. But yeah, it's pretty much World Eater's style of play. You just sit behind a building, you wait for them to come close, and you charge. And you just do a lot of damage. Second game was against the Space Marines. It was against Sam, I believe. Yeah, Sam, that was his name. I kind of just pushed through and killed a lot of things. That game was kind of a better matchup for me. I could play more aggressive. Killing Kelgar's unit of aggressors with Arco-Flagellants was kind of fun.
Okay.
A bunch of 1 damage attacks, AP 0 going through and actually just taking them off the board was hilarious. But yeah, that game was it wasn't like crazy wins or anything with them. The game against Nick, which was against the Night Lords, I felt really bad for
the last one, right?
It just did not go his way. Not like it was bad rolls here and there. It just felt like not like it was a bad matchup, but it just the things he tried to pull off didn't work. He did a mistake early on, which pretty much turn 1 I killed his big demon prince, and then I had my Palatine, the character I showed before on camera, wiped 6 of his big blob 10-man unit of these kill team characters.
Right.
Guys,
Nemesis Claw, the new one. The Nemesis Claw. Yeah.
Basically, she killed 4 of them flat out. I managed to hit and wound all of them. He failed the saves. All 4 died. And because I used a miracle dice, for every wound she gets through, she does a mortal wound. So her on her own killed 6 when it was his turn. Because he shot me, I used a stratagem to surge in. And I only had 1 repentia with her after being shot at. And she managed to pretty much almost wipe the unit on her own. And that kind of like gave me the game at that point, which still was close. Wasn't a crazy win either. Still had to push through and everything. Yeah. But I will say, even with the nerf to sisters miracle dice, the miracle dice is still busted.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you don't have to play the game, it's quite strong. So
Yeah. Anytime I had a 6, I saved it for a crazy charge. Like Morven Val going completely around a building and charging into an important unit.
Can you
that
only
worked out. Even
can
if
you
I have like a 4-inch charge to make, I don't even have to risk it. I'll just spend that 2 dice, the dice that's on a 2, and just guarantee I get in.
Yeah.
So,
can you use 1 or 2 miracle dice for charges?
I believe 1. I could be wrong if you use 2, but I think it's only 1 like the Elder can.
So so you can guarantee a 7-inch charge basically. If you have a 6,
you can guarantee a 7-inch charge. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is good. It is broken.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The times I could have used that with like demons, me rolling a double 1 charge with no CP. Yeah.
You still have to play the fundamentals of the game, right? But yeah, it is helpful when your army rule just tells you do this, not there's a chance, because everything in this game is only you might do this, right? Like there's a chance you do this, but Eldar sisters, they do stuff because.
Yeah. They just do stuff like it, and the sisters have crazy speed anyways to begin with, and them having guaranteed charges just makes it a bit more crazy still.
Yeah. Talking about speed, I had a game this week against the new Eldar, the bikes detachment, basically. That was speed.
I can believe it, to be fair.
Like warp spiders jumping 26 inches and still being able to charge because of their new leader, Lichis, or whatever she's called.
Hello?
That's just crazy.
Yeah. I haven't played them yet. I'm a bit worried to play into that.
I mean, the alpha strike damage is insane.
Yeah. We'll see when nerfs come out what everything gets sorted out to be.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the detachment isn't busted because bikes are paper, basically, right? It's like really glass cannon. But the damage you can do on turn 1 is pretty spicy. Like,
if you have an army that can wipe the opponent's turn 1, like even like 40% of it out, then it just becomes a game of, I am playing with 2/3, well, not even like half my army versus a full army.
Well,
so the paper part doesn't even become an issue.
Yeah, the question is, if that remaining 40, 50, or 60% of the army, how much can it kill you back? If it cannot kill back the same amount, you're good. But if it can, then you might be in troubles. So yeah, like against me, it instantly deleted 3 orc trucks and everything inside of them.
Oh.
There was no way to hide it. Like it was just there. Like delete the trucks and delete what's inside. Like that's it. Like
yeah, that's a bit
nasty business.
When orcs already paper themselves when they're not in the vehicles. Yeah
T5 is just a mirage. Orcs are not that tough.
Yeah, they're not. People do say it, but they're actually not that tough. Anytime I like go into orcs, it's not like, oh no, I'm going into T5, I'm gonna do nothing. Now how the game is, everybody has access to strength 6 and up quite easily.
Yep.
Wounding on 3s. You don't need much AP into orcs.
Nope, 1 AP is enough to make them do 5 or 6 ups. So
Yeah.
like,
And if they're in the war, the 5 and 6 ups means nothing anyways if you only AP
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
yeah.
But I am a fan of the new orc tactical brigade.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. I played it. It was just as fun as I had thought. Maybe I didn't bring a perfect list. I made some changes now that I'm going to be testing out the next few days. But yeah, tactical is so great. I mean, you can play melee, you can play shooting, you can do sneaky tricks like Marines or Eldar. You know, like it's great.
I want to
like-
test the tactical list. It's more of a meme list because I like meme lists just in general. But
I know.
full-on commando list
Yeah,
with
Yeah.
just everything, just to jail people in as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because you can actually add the war boss on the war trike in with the commandos.
They just errated that.
Do
You
they?
can't-
Oh no!
So they put that you can only attach an infantry character to
Exactly.
it now. Yeah.
That would
So
be
no-
so sweet. You just auto advance. You just move them 12 up. You block them
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
having roll events. Yeah, but there is still cool combos like a beast boss being in with them.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of damage turn 1.
Yes. Yeah, or a war boss, and you call the war turn 1, you know, and
Yeah, no, there's going to be a lot of times where if you're going to use commandos, you war turn 1.
yeah.
If you're
And
going into spotty like Imperial
No.
Guardsmen, why wouldn't you? They'll just rip them apart.
yeah. There's also, I don't actually know if what he does, but you can attach Snickrot to them. Does he give them anything if he's attached? Do you know?
Don't believe he gives them anything. I think he's just better on his own.
No, he's definitely better on his own. Just I'm thinking like you could attach one war boss to them, and then like Snickrot hypothetically, if it gives anything good, but I'm not actually sure if it does give anything.
I don't believe he does, from what I remember. I'd have to check his stats, but I don't think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah, you just throw a war boss in the mega armored war boss as well as a thing. It's interesting when they've given people characters the ability to join units they normally wouldn't. It does open up a bit more play.
That's true. That was. I thought it's something I'm going to use that enhancement, but in the end, I actually tried commandos in the tournament, and probably it was my error, but they definitely underperformed for me. So like I didn't utilize them as well as I could have. And I still wish you could take commandos in units of 5s or 6s and not a huge 10
Yeah.
man. Like it's
I mean, I wish they gave them 2 wounds each for the points there. Maybe they're a bit cheap if they're 2 wounds each. But
Yeah.
I feel like they do need a bit more survivability if they're going to be doing the turn 1 charges.
Yeah.
But if you have 3 squads of that and you infiltrate them,
Yep.
and then you basically block off any other infiltrators. 1 unit, you can block off a lot of the middle
Oh, yeah.
board.
Oh yeah.
And then you
completely.
have the character with the redeploy.
Yep.
You can kind of screw a lot of other armies up quite well with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The redeploy happens before you know who goes first. So you
yeah,
have
that's
to,
where every army go now. Unfortunately, it,
I mean-
it was very good when we had it for. I think it was Tyranius
yeah.
did have it at the beginning. Yeah,
it would be busted, like you know, but
yeah.
with-
You get
with-
third one, you just
typically
put
with-
everything 9 away. The
yeah,
fact they can't be overwatched is another reason why they're good. I do like that.
yeah, that's great, and also they can pop an invuln if they get shot at.
Yep. So it doesn't matter if you waste war turn 1. If
Yep.
they're still alive turn 2, you can go back to having your end one again.
Yeah.
But it is at the end of the day 10 bodies of 1 wound and 5 up save, pretty much.
Yep. That it is.
Yeah.
Good. So that's about the tournament. Let's just jump back. I kind of closed the thing. Let's just go through the other placings quickly. Let me just bring that back on screen. Bonk. There it is. So that was a little bit about our experience. So as we said, Oryx and Eldar, we had our 54 Nurgling, right? 54
Yep,
Nurgling Chaos
54
Demons
Nurglings.
come in fifth. I think he didn't play against any of our Team Cyprus guys, right? I
No,
don't
I
remember
think because
if
of the
he went
draws, he didn't
against.
get put in.
So he played against Astra Militarum, against Gene Stealers, and against Eldar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he couldn't really kill stuff, but nobody could kill him. Hence, yeah, a win and two draws.
It's an interesting list. Like again, before the detachment, I kind of had a similar list just for the memes of it, and it did
Yeah.
turn out to be actually good. The amount of board you cover, but there is things that can just delete it anyways. At the end of the day,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Nurglings, do they have a save? They don't have a save,
they
right?
have a 6-up inborn, and they can be having a 6-up feel no pain as well if they're close to a great and clean one.
Okay, yeah.
And that does stack up when the 4 wounds are base.
Yeah. And then we had Tom with the Dwarfs, Leagues of Votan. Tom actually almost won. He was playing in round 3 against the Necrons. And yeah, he had a good first round, a very hot rolling second round.
I think that's why Marius left. He wasn't sick.
Marius just couldn't. He couldn't take the heat of the dice. The dice were too hot that evening. It was just too much. And then yeah, Tom's not here right now to tell us about Necrons, but yeah, Alexei did a very good job with the Necrons anyway. So he was playing very castly defensively and scoring his points slowly. And as we see in first place, he didn't have any huge wins, but the only person with 3 wins, right? So
yeah,
he
a
deserved
win's a win at the end. It doesn't have to be a 20-0.
to win, right? Like
Yeah.
you could be 20, 20, and 9, which is technically, or 20, 20, and 10, like Ali here, which is the best possible score you can get without having 3 wins. So, like, as we see, he had 50 battle points.
Yep.
And the first place had only 37. But the win's a win. Even I had 43 battle points on third place. But again,
How many did I have? I didn't actually count mine.
you had 32.
Yeah.
Tom had 33.
Oh,
33.
1 point difference. Damn it, Tom.
Yeah. 35, and then I had 30. No, I had 43 then. So yeah, the battle points came in. Yeah, it was from place 3 until place 8. It was very close. Like, okay, no, place 8 was 23 points, but yeah. So yeah, after Tom, we had you on Sisters. First time, I think going 2-1 for the first time is pretty good.
Yeah, I was happy with that result, to be fair. Again, like I said, it was more just to test out to know what I'm actually building as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I might bring him again in future. Thankfully, Markellos had all the models I could have used that weekend, so.
Yeah. It's then we had the Gene Stealers, as our captain likes to call it, Muscle Beach.
It really was. It really was. Like, they just don't buy.
Yeah, they're hard to beat. And then in the second half of our placings, we had Astra Militarum with the new detachment, which has tanks just flying through walls, advancing, moving tanks 19 inches and shooting, going through walls, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a big 20-0 at the end, actually. I think in the rounds before, he had actually quite strong opponents. in the first round, he faced the Necrons, which were the ultimate winners of the tournament.
And
So,
second round, no, first round was the Nurgle.
oh yeah, no, well, that was the Nurglings. Yeah, you're right. That wasn't into the.
Yeah, Nurglings, and
Who
then
did
I
Necrons-
believe.
Who did Necrons face in the first round? It was Chaos. It was.
Yeah, Battle Shock, go all this.
Okay, got it. So yeah, we had Astra Militarum, Chaos Space Marines with the Night Lords. Then we had Admech, but unfortunately just 2 games. Had to drop because one of our players had to leave unexpectedly. So we have 2 players who just finished with 2 games. Then we had Sam on Space Marines. Yeah, I played him in round 1. He didn't really know what orcs do. It was his first game into orcs, and I know, being a Space Marine player, going into orcs for the first time is a what the fuck moment, because you kill stuff, but there's still so much stuff that you need to deal with. It just, yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. On 13, we had another Leagues of Votan. Actually, two Leagues of Votan in the same tournament was a surprise for me, but there we
2
go.
Dwarf players too many. Go back to other army.
Yeah, but a big 17-point win in between as well. Yeah, round 3 was against me. I can attest to the fact that Markelos rolled nicely in turn 1, and that was about it. After turn 1, it was all downhill, unfortunately, and yeah, more ones and twos than there should have been, probably. But yeah, it was still a fun sportsman game. Yeah, on 14th place, so we had George on Necrons, and then we had David bringing his Drukhari for the first time. I think David's also in chat. Obviously, as always, his models were beautifully painted.
Yep.
And yeah, trying different stuff.
Not
And
more that we have some Drukhari in. We need more.
yeah. This is our second Drukhari player, and it's nice to see that we're getting more and more different factions every tournament. I remember back when we started doing these tournaments, it was very Space Marine heavy. I guess that was due to the meta, but you could argue that right now the meta is also Space Marines, but we only had, was there only one? No, there was 2 Space Marines, basically. There was Ultramarines and there was Dark Angels, well, red Dark Angels. But yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. The first qualifier for the first WTC Team Cyprus went to, when I joined for the fun of it, I had to face all 3 games versus Space Marines.
You know, it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't remember which update this was, but there was an update where we had a tournament with 4 or 5 Custodes players, and basically everyone had to play against Custodes. I'd say that's worse. I don't know about you.
Custodes are way worse, yes.
Custodes is worse than, yeah. Custodes are Space Marines with invulns.
Yeah. I mean, I do shit on the Custodes, but they have been, though, getting nerfed and buffed too much, so they don't know what the hell's going on with their army half the time.
Yeah.
I did play last night with Markellos using Marius's Dread list.
Yeah.
And I use a busted army. I use the Slanesh that are kind of busted right now. And it ended up being a draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
They are really tough and a good counter, I think, to the Demon meta at the moment. So, and it's a good list as well. I think it's going to be good for us going forward as a team for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, since we're almost wrapping up with the tournament thing, so we had Nikolai, who was actually, he's one of the players from our Limassol Academy games. He usually goes to practice on Saturdays in Limassol with Alejandro, one of our longtime players. And he's practicing the game. He's been playing for a few months, and this was the first time he came to like a full-on tournament. And okay, while he didn't get any wins, he did get points. that's more than I can say about my first tournaments. I used to get kind of squashed in the beginning. So yeah, he brought Death Guard. I think he had 3 good games with 3 different opponents, and yeah, all in
Yeah.
all, I think it was a great tournament. Hopefully, we are going to have another one in March, end of March or beginning of April. That would be great, and then another one in May, and then in June already will be our next GT.
Oh, that's actually not too far off.
Yeah, that's like 3.5 months away. It's like the 7th and 8th of June in Limassol. Next GT. Hopefully we get 40 players this time. We were so close last time. We were like 2 players away. So that would be great.
Yeah, that would be great if we can get 40.
Yeah, so yeah, about Warhammer news, that's pretty much it in terms of tournaments. We're hoping to have 2 more tournaments before the end of the circuit, which will be basically after the GT, our competitive circuit will end. So we will have like the ladder and everything before it resets again after WTC. Because yeah, after the GT, basically most of the time most of the competitive players in Cyprus, you and I both being one of them and on the team, will be practicing for the World Warhammer Team World Championships, basically, which will be in Austria.
Yep. Excited for that.
Yeah, hopefully, my goal at least is to this year it will be Team Cyprus's 3rd appearance. I'm hoping to share our journey and our way and our preparation a little bit with our community in Cyprus. That would be great. But yeah, as you said, we are having some team trainings right now. We're going through lists and stuff. We're going to be playing scrims against various other countries, and hopefully improve at the game enough to shock some people at WTC. That would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah. I mean, our goal is to have fun and just try and do a little bit better every time.
Of course, I mean that's the reason we play the game, right? Like,
yeah,
we love painting toy soldiers. We love rolling dice and making little toy soldiers boom and explode other toy soldiers. I mean, what's there not to love about
the Warpcast. Let's go.
little angry boys, right? Like, what's not to love about guys like this? I freaking love this model.
Yeah, it's a great STL, that one.
Yeah, that and the samurai mega knobs, so freaking cool.
Yeah, I mean that guy. I think it's the same. No, it's not the same guy as the War Boss, but he has a lot of those STLs, which is really fun to do. I love it on the mega knobs.
They're really, really good.
Yeah.
So I think we've come to the part where we have to discuss the super secret and terrible fact about one of our players, right? I don't know if Tom's still in chat.
Saw him before. He should be.
If he is, this part is just for you. I'm gonna make sure that everyone can see what we're talking about. There's gonna be a little ticker in the bottom of the screen appearing, so everyone knows what we're talking about.
Nice.
So, Sock, since you know Tom the longest out of all of us, we have to ask, does Tom have weighted dice?
I believe he does. He does keep saying he has ordered the same dice he got me from the same place, but mine roll 1s and 2s. And that can't be a coincidence that his roll 6s and mine's 1s and 2s too many times.
He seems to know which side to load for each person he gifts it to, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's got 3 different sets, and they all do the same results.
right?
Very
Only
suspicious.
only sixes for him.
Yeah,
And
the only time I didn't see him get as many 6s is when he was using our Cypress dice.
which he didn't buy or make
He
himself.
did not get, yes, he did not buy from
That's
his
right.
supplier.
Yeah. And the only reason he doesn't win all his games 20-0 and win all the tournaments is because he's trying to keep it secret, right?
Oh, definitely a secret, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone here in chat has had the horrible experience of getting rolled 25 sixes on by Tom, please let us know.
Pray for Marius from the tournament.
Pray for Marius. Yes, he got out sixed.
Well, at the end of the game, if anyone walked past that table when we were just jokingly rolling Tom's dice, it was like a 50% chance of rolling 6.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So beware people who play with Tom. Like,
Just bring in your Warhammer bag, some salt, and a cup of water so you can test them in front of him.
I thought you were saying like bring holy water to spray on Tom to
No,
to
do
stop
that
his
as well. He does play World
chaos
Eaters.
shenanigans. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Great. So any last thoughts, last words you want to share?
I'm just going to say, I've had a fun last week. It was a great tournament. The community doing all these contests now, dabbling into Spearhead, even dabbling into Wolverines that I've not touched yet. It's really pushing the hobby better in a better position as well. So
That's
more
true.
things for everybody to do lately.
The community has sprawled beautifully from there was a time when all there was really kind of 40k. Like I won't even say Warhammer, but just 40k. There was just a bunch of us 40k'ing. And now there's groups playing Spearhead, Lord of the Rings. Obviously, in Limassol, we have a very active TCG community as well, which I'm not really a part of that much, but it's great to see so many people, coming together. And
I'm already spending too much money for TCG.
Yeah, from what I've heard, TCGs are even more popular, more dangerous. I mean, not popular, more dangerous. So
yeah.
Good. Then I will thank you for jumping into this podcast when some of the other usual guys couldn't. We'll hope
Thank you for having me.
We'll hope to have you back. It's always good to have different people on the streams. If anybody else in the community would like to join on a WARPcast, this is just a friendly weekly get together to discuss stuff that's going on. Everyone is obviously welcome. Next week, we're probably going to be talking about Blood Bowl a little bit, as the Blood Bowl season is coming to a close. It might be tomorrow. It's probably tomorrow. So yeah, the Blood Bowl season is coming to a close tomorrow, and then there will be playoffs. But yeah, maybe we can do some of that as well. That's pretty cool. Great. So I think we call it here. Again, thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon, probably.